Hello, how are you doing? Welcome along to our FT UK weekly live stream. It is Friday, the 15th of November. We are nearly at the end of the year. Goodness me, where's it all gone? Hope you're doing well and your trading week has gone well. Massively busy week at FT UK and tons to get everybody up to speed with. There's just so much from onboarding new platforms to the trading contests, and there's just so many things that we need to get through. Also as well, don't forget as well, if you are looking to get involved with FT UK, the best place to start that process is on Discord. Just scan the QR code that you can see on the screen. Head over to Discord. That is the first place to find out any information, any offers or any new products or the latest news that's happening with FT UK. That is the place where you're going to get it first. You'll also meet some very nice like-minded individuals too. Okay, right, let's jump in and let's dissect what we need to do today. We've got quite a lot to discuss. We've got a technical analysis guide which is being put together right now. It's about time we started to put some stuff around technicals. We did a huge week on fundamentals a few weeks ago. We're going to do technical analysis coming up soon, and I want to explain what that is, how it works, and what you can do to get involved. TradeLocker is now live. If you've never used it before, I'm going to show you. I'm so excited about it. I've been playing around with it all week. It is the most cool platform out there. I can understand why people love it. It is amazing. So I'm going to touch on that too. Black Friday as well. That is around the corner as well. Everybody does Black Friday sales. We are no different. We will be doing a Black Friday offer, and I've got some of the details for you. We're not going to launch it yet because it's not Black Friday yet. But we are going to launch it, and I'm going to give you a flavor of what that's going to look like. And then finally, I want to talk about the Profit Chasers, which is our latest competition, or our initial competition that we've got running for 7 days. And there's a few things in that I do think that we need to address. A few people are not playing fair, I don't think, and I don't think that's a good thing. So I'm going to explain all that last of all. So make sure you are in tune for it all. Okay, let's start with the free technical analysis guide. As I mentioned, we talked a lot about fundamentals in the fundamentals week we did a few weeks ago, and we are going to now turn our focus on technical analysis, which is one of the huge big areas of trading that most prop traders will get involved in. Most prop traders will access their accounts through the lens of seeing the markets through technical analysis, and I understand why it can feel like it's accessible, but it's a big subject. It's a really big subject, and I've never really seen a prop company do an amazing technical analysis guide that is actually useful. So we thought what we should do is we should start to address that. Now, one of the key things with technical analysis, particularly if you're starting out, is where do you start? How do you actually start to get involved? It's a massive subject, and there's a huge amount of information that's out there online about it. It doesn't really matter whether you are on Discord or whether you are on Reddit or you're part of a forum somewhere or a Telegram group. There's lots and lots of different people that claim to know what the secret sauce is with technical analysis, but it's very difficult to access it or know which bit of it. It's like, how do you get in to the subject of technical analysis? That is not easy to do. Now, a lot of the information is always going to be free online, so you'll never ever come across any difficulty in trying to actually get quality information, but there's just so much of it. It's a little bit like finding a needle in a haystack sometimes, and you got to wade through it all. Now, on the one hand, it's great that it's free, but on the second hand, you have to do a lot of the work yourself, and that is something I think that we can maybe just polish up a little bit. So what we've done is we've put together a really simple guide. It's not complete yet, but we are starting to just get some idea of who is interested in getting involved in it. And it's going to be really about putting technical analysis into a perspective where everything has been placed in the right order, and that is the bit that you always find is missing from a lot of technical analysis that you find online. So if you look at various different subjects, if you look at things like the core bits that would make up technical analysis, things like charting and trend lines and all the different chart patterns or the myriad of different indicators out there that you can choose from that obviously lead people into systematically programmed trading, EAs and Autobots, algorithms, that sort of stuff. It always comes down to the basics of price. You open, you high, you low, and you close. All of that stuff is the core bits of technical analysis, and every bit of technical analysis that you'll find derives from those simple components. So what you've got to do is you've got to sort of like cover all of this stuff in the right way, and this is what this guide is going to do. And also as well, what it's going to do is it's going to bring together all of technical analysis and how it specifically applies to prop traders. So it's not just technical analysis for looking at the S&P 500. It is technical analysis from the point of view of if you are trying to get access to the market through a prop trading vehicle. That is the key difference. So it is going to be good. Now, there's a link in the description. All you need to do is follow that link. This is not ready yet, but the idea of talking about it in the live stream is that we can give everybody a heads up, which is a good thing to do. Head into the link in the description section below and you'll see this link here, ftuk.com Tech Guide. That is what you need to access. And if you head over to that link, you'll see it brings up our website and it brings up this pop-up box here as well, which covers the whole screen. That is where you need to enter your email. It doesn't matter whether you're already a member or you're not already a member of FTUK. Stick your email in there, and as soon as it's ready, we'll send it straight to you. Yeah, so it's free. It doesn't cost any money. It's going to be at the end of this month, so you've got another couple of weeks to go. But just do it today. Then you know that you're going to get it in your inbox straight away, and then it will all be sorted for you. Just hit the get the guide button. Your email will be submitted into the system, the technical system, and then as soon as it's ready and we are ready to go, it will all get launched and you'll be able to get access to it. Excited for that, and hopefully what we can do as well is put some more content, some more videos, and even some live streams around the subject of technical analysis. It's the opposite side of the coin for fundamentals, and it's massively important. Okay, now let's move on. Let's talk about TradeLocker is now live. It was made live yesterday. You can now head over to the website and you can purchase a TradeLocker account. And I am a massive fan. I think it is a game changer. You get the best of both worlds. You get the TradingView charts with the smoothest, most beautiful, most modern trade execution that you can possibly imagine. It is truly amazing. Now I'm going to bring up the box. It applies to all of our accounts: instant funding, 2 steps, 1 steps. It's the same with all of the accounts and sizes and stuff, but there's a couple of peculiarities that I need to point out. But what we'll do is, if we head over to the TradeLocker website where you actually log in. Obviously the logging in process is the same. You purchase the account, you get your emails, you get your password, your login details, everything is the same. So the journey is really smooth. It's not difficult to actually join in, but what you got to do is you've got to get used to the way that TradeLocker wants to do things, and once you start doing this, I really think this is a rival for some of the other massive platforms out there. The core of it is really this area here on the right hand side. So you can look at it and it kind of looks and feels a little bit like TradingView when you first boot it all up, and that's essentially because that's what the charts are. The charts are all of the TradingView functionality. So TradingView is obviously the most popular charting platform out there, but from an execution point of view, I don't really think that they ever really figured it out. It's not as smooth as it is on, say, on MetaTrader or NinjaTrader if you're using trading order ladders and stuff. But the charting is no question in almost like Photoshop. Really, it's like industry standard now, and you get that it's all embedded into TradeLocker. But really, if you really start to think about what TradeLocker is this here. It's this order panel, and it's that the guys at TradeLocker have done just they've made the execution of orders in the market what it needs to be in terms of how you should be in a modern way executing orders. It's really beautiful. So if you've got to strip away all of the elements, the TradingView charts and stuff, what is TradeLocker? It's this box. It's this box here that you can see on the right hand side, and that order management and that interfacing with the market is pretty much seamless once you get used to it. So, and it doesn't take long. All you need to do is play around with it a little bit. So you can see here, if I just hit the arrow, you can expand it out. Obviously you can buy in at the market there, so I can buy a little bit of NASDAQ there. If I just hit that button, it should go in. There you go. So I've just got my position in here in the NASDAQ, and that's cool. Just to point out as well what you can do, and I figured this out yesterday as well, which is very cool. If I just close that, if I just put a bit more size in there, so if I put, I'll put $2 a point rather than $1. There's not enough margin on that one. So let me just go down to, let's do it on a currency. So just select some FX here. Go to FX Majors. Hit on the Australian dollar there. I'll just buy 0.02. buy that on there. Now you can see it's gone into the system there, and I've got the position. Now you can close the position automatically with this little X that you can see in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. That's all cool. But this one here, this is cool as well. So if you want to do a partial close as well, so say for example I've got 0.02 on, say I want to take half of that off, just hit this here, and it allows me to just close whatever I want. So I can hold the main position, but I can close that. That is a lot smoother and a lot easier to understand than it is in MetaTrader. You can obviously partially close with most platforms, but here on TradingView, it really is amazing. So there you go. So I've only got half position. I love that. It's like they've thought in such great detail about how a trader needs to execute in the market and do it quickly and smoothly. They've thought about that. So once you start using this, it's going to take you a day, a couple of days at most, and you'll be like, on fire with it. It really is it's superb. Now, the other thing as well, let's just go over to the here. I just want to show you something really cool, which I like a lot. And this is probably my favorite aspect. Let me just get rid of this position here on the Australian dollar. Now, if I zoom in here, now if I go to pending orders here, you can see what I really love is that it puts the order onto the chart for you. So you can drag that around and you can change that entry. But this is what I really like. Automatically, if I'm looking to buy, you can see here everything's turned green on the right hand side. So I'm looking to buy, and you can see that I am now under the current market price. So it's automatically adjusted my entry to be a buy limit. If I then drag this and I move over the top, you'll see it automatically changes to a buy stop, because obviously above the current market price, I would be looking for a stop order. Underneath, I'd be looking for a limit order, yeah? So I'm not going to do a masterclass on order types at the moment, but the fact that they do all of that automatically, it just makes it so easy to work with. So watch this. This is amazing. There you go. So it automatically turns to a buy stop. And it's the same when you do your OCO orders as well. So OCO is one cancels the other. So if I now want to, say for example, I want to buy above there, but I also want to add my risk management in as well. I want to put a stop loss on and I want to put a take profit on as well. You can see that it gives me those tools there on the chart, and I can just drag that there. So although that's ready, that's set, I can now add that to the market. Obviously, I'm not live in the market because the market is underneath my entry point. But you can see there's my pending order there. It's got my risk management, and all it was just quick drag and drop. And obviously you can then step in, you can start to manage your risk accordingly. It is beautiful. So it is accessible now through FTUK, through all of our accounts, whether it's instant funding, one step or two step. Join in, have a go, and see what you think. I think you will like it. Now, a couple of things that I want to mention, which are local knowledge specific to us. If you're on an instant funding account on on the smallest size, the 10K, obviously our instant funding starts at a quarter of that size. We've talked about those reasons a million times in the live streams, but it starts at a quarter size, which will be 2,500. Now, because of the way that the contract sizes work in TradeLocker, you're not going to be able to use the full sizes on the indexes. So you'll find, like I was doing before, if I just remove that now, that order from the panel there, if I now try and buy the NASDAQ, for example, just go to the NASDAQ here, you see I very, very quickly run out of space, I very quickly run out of margin. I think the Dow was the same. There you go. You can see it there. So I don't have, this was a small demo two-step that I set up, but you can see when I've got a relative low balance, you'll see the margin goes high very quickly. It won't work on a instant funded 10K. So there's a workaround. What the TradeLocker guys have done, which is really, really cool because you can't execute those positions on there, is they've broken down a new contract size for us to fit that instant funding 10K starting balance. And that is mini indices there, mini indexes. So you get all of those key products, but you just need to just flip to the other option there. And then if you are in an instant funding 10K account, you can go from there, and away you go, and you can trade as normal. One other thing to mention as well, as you see, I'm quite enjoying TradeLocker a lot. There's some really cool keyboard shortcuts, and I'm going to talk you through those now. I'm a big fan of keyboard shortcuts, and they make your flow in trading so much easier, particularly if you're spending so much time in front of the charts, which so many traders do. You want to write down these letters. M is for the market window here, and you can see when I hit the M key, it automatically makes that disappear. So that's great that it just pops back. The other one is O, which is the order panel box there. So that automatically toggles that one on off that you can see. And then the last one is T, which is the trade panel bit at the bottom, which shows you all of your positions and it just minimizes it. So it's a very fast way of just getting around the charts and the platform. So just remember those, T, O, and M, and I've started using them all the time. Now what's really cool is if you get rid of the market panel, it automatically knows to bring the order panel out into the middle of the screen. So however you set that up, you could have it floating like that. It will remain like that. And then again, when you hit the market button again, it automatically docks it. So it remembers how you want it to work. Like I said, they've thought of everything. They've literally thought of everything. I love it. So there we go. Trade Locker. I think it's a game changer. There's nothing wrong with our other platforms as well. You know, please bear that in mind as well. Our other platforms are amazing, but Trade Locker is, there's no question, it's very, 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 very cool indeed. Now, obviously, onto our weekend offer as well, in conjunction with the fact that Trade Locker is live with FTUK this week, and this is it. This is the code that you want. TL35, TL for Trade Locker. That is 35% off all of our accounts this weekend, but it is specifically geared towards Trade Locker. So if you do want to get involved with Trade Locker this weekend and into next week, then yes, you don't need to pay full price. Use this code here on the checkout, TL35, and you will be good to go. Amazing. Right. Black Friday. Black Friday will be upon us sooner than you think. It's right at the end of November, and a lot of companies have already started to put their offers out there. We have an offer for you, but we're only going to sort of like do a quick preview of it today. But it's very, very good. It's very, very good indeed. The first aspect of our Black Friday offer is going to be that you're going to get a 2% increase on all of the account drawdown levels. We're going to add 2% on every single one. And that is, I don't think we've ever done that before. It is very cool indeed. So the way that would basically look, if you go for an instant funding account, the static drawdown, instead of it being 6%, it will automatically become 8% for the starting levels. If you are on a one-step evaluation account, which is a trailing drawdown, instead of being static, instead of it being 8%, it'll be 10%. And on a two-step with the challenge level and also the verification as well, you'll go from 10 to 12 and then also from 5 to 7. So that extra 2%, if you've sort of struggled in the past, is really a massive helping hand. So it's a really cool core bit of our offer for Black Friday, and I think that will definitely be popular. However, you need to understand, if you do get it, it's only going to be for the entry levels. Yeah, it's just to get people up and running, and then from there it will revert back to normal. But still, it is a very, very cool offer. The second bit of it is going to be that you're going to get an increased profit split as well on all of the accounts. Outstanding. I don't think we've done this before either as well. 95% profit split on all of the accounts as well, which definitely makes it far more lucrative for people to get involved as well. So that's the second component of the offer. And finally, the discount price is something that I'm not going to tell you because we're not going to explain the entire offer. You're going to have to wait for Black Friday for that. But there is going to be a massive discount on the accounts as well, and I think you're going to like it. So coupled with that and the extra drawdown and the increased profit split, it's going to be a super cool Black Friday offer. Right. Finally, let's have a quick catch up on our final part of what's been happening in FTUK, and that is we launched our first trading contest. It's only a short one. It's a first. It's essentially it's a test to see how it would work and see how popular it would be, and it's been immensely popular. It's called the Profit Chasers. We started at 100 entries, and that sold out pretty much like that. Well, it didn't sell out. It was free to enter. But you know, we were oversubscribed within an instant, pretty much. So we extended that out from 100 to 250, and again, that filled up pretty quickly as well. So, and there's been a huge amount of people that have been waiting on the waiting list that couldn't get involved. So it has been popular. Now, there's one core problem that we need to address, and I was kind of upset a little bit yesterday because I thought it's a shame that some people will do this. Now, if you head over to the portal, let me show you how this actually all fits together. Just bring up the right page for a second. Bear with me a second. You'll see it there. That's the back end there. That's the Trade Locker. There we go. That's what I was looking for. So you can see the Profit Chasers here. If you're not in the competition, I understand your frustration, and there were a lot of people. I've had 4 private messages from people that couldn't get involved, and I'm sorry about that. We extended it out to 250 that you can see there. This is what that looks like, and you can see all the standings and the details, all the rules of the competition, the prizes. There's $1,000 up for grabs for first prize, 500 for second, and 250 for third. All of the rules, they're all in there, and you can get a link to the FAQs and stuff. It's all there for you. Now you'll see that there's 4 more days running on this until it actually ends. Look at the standings now. So we have a leaderboard. So Manda at the moment is in the lead at the moment. He's winning. So you can see how everybody is doing, and you can look at the stats of the accounts as well. It's all there for you to pick over. But there's a problem. There is a problem, and it's something that we didn't really anticipate would be as much of a problem as it potentially has been, and that is there's quite a number of people that are essentially cheating, that have got duplicate accounts. They've got several accounts. There's some guys that have got like 3 or 4 or 5 accounts, which is really unfair on all of the other people that couldn't get involved. So what we've started to do, we've started to weed through all of the people that are in there, and all the duplicates that we're finding, we're taking those out. So I'm really sorry that there's been some people that couldn't get involved, and it is quite upsetting to think that they can't actually sort of follow the rules. If you are in any doubt whether it was not designed for people to have more than one entry, the idea behind it was to create a genuine competition where people could pit their trading skills against somebody else, not for people to try and gamify their way around the edges to increase their chances of winning by creating multiple logins and having hedging out, using some accounts to hedge out in some hope of trying to claw their way up to a prize winning position. It's not good. It's not good, and it wasn't the original intention. Now, if you were in any doubt, and I had to just do a double check on this yesterday, but I sat there looking at the statistics of the people that would actually had created more than one account, and I thought, gosh, that's not right. And I thought to myself, I'm sure that we put it in the FAQs. That, it's just one person, just one entry, just you as a trader, you one entry and off you go. And yeah, it's there. It's actually in there. So these guys, they're not reading the rules, or they think that the rules don't apply to them. So you can see there, it says, how do I register to take part in the competition? Registration windows will vary depending on the duration of the overall competition. I'll talk about the upcoming competition in a second. But look there, traders are limited to 1 entry per competition. Multiple entries for the same individual trader will be invalid, and the trader will be instantly disqualified. It was there in black and white, So I'm uncertain as to why there are people that would decide to work like that. Obviously, and I think that's very unfair on all of the genuine traders out there. So my advice to those people that have created multiple entries is, if you want to participate in any future competitions with FTUK, if you stick your hand up now and say, then maybe there's something that we can do. But we'll just take all of those entries out, and you might as well stop trading the accounts now, because you won't be allocated a prize, and that's a shame on someone that then gets moved up the leaderboard because they don't have the chance of being on the leaderboard in first and genuinely winning. It would be then given to them on a sort of like after the contest is finished and all of the parameters have been looked at. So yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all, and I'm really sorry that has happened. So as I said, 4 people have messaged me to say that they couldn't get involved, and I am genuinely sorry to those people that couldn't get a place, because those places, it's not these people are not cheating us, they're cheating you, and I think that is really unfair. So if you wanted to get involved in this and you couldn't, write in and tell us, and I will promise that we'll make sure that you are in the next contest, and we want these things to run fairly. And also as well, what it means is as well, we're going to have to put sort of like technological solutions in place now to make sure that people verify their identities, because it's got to be fair. It's just 1 entry per person. You don't get five chances to try and increase your probability of getting a place. Not good at all. So yes, the next one will be starting in the 1st of December. We're going to run it for a month long. It's going to run all throughout December, and that is going to start at the beginning of December. And I don't know when registration is going to open just yet, but it's going to be in a few days towards the end of the month. And please play fair with everybody else as well, because I think that is the spirit of which we are trying to run these things, and it is cool. Okay, that's it. So sorry to end on a slightly bum note for this particular week, but it has been a good week in the markets, and I hope you are enjoying the competition if you are in it. And get over to the website and have a look at TradeLocker. It is a super cool platform. Enjoy your week ahead, and we will see you all next Friday.